Welcome to today's webinar. Thank you for taking out time to join us. My name is Deepika from Teceze, and I'll be your host for today's session on Windows 11 and Microsoft Copilot migration. Today's session is designed to focus on opportunities, best practices that is involved in this transformation journey. At Techies, we have 14 years of industry experience, headquartered at London, UK, Charlotte at USA, spread across 35 plus countries globally, and covering altogether 145 plus countries. We have our co-development center based out of Chennai and Bangalore. We work closely with organizations, GSI, enterprise, SMBs, customers across the globe to simplify technology adoption, enhance security, and drive digital innovation. At Techies, we provide you with digital workplace solutions, cybersecurity services, cloud and infrastructure services, managed IT services, procurement services, and software development services. Moving ahead, to kick off today's discussion, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Haris Ibrahim, IT Manager, Mano Vasu, Cloud Expert. Handing over to you, Haris and Manu.
Thank you, Deepika, for the introduction and brief introduction about us and the company. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking time to join us today. And my name is Harris, as introduced by Deepika, and I'm the IT manager here at Techies. And together with me, I have Mano Vasu, who is a cloud expert. And about Techies, we specialize in enterprise IT transformation, including digital workplace, service desk, and AI-driven modernization. So today's webinar is focused on a very critical topic, which is about Windows 11 and Copilot and how they are shaping the future of enterprise IT. Let's do a quick poll. Be honest, everyone. How many of you have ever spent 15 minutes looking for a file and then you realize it was on your desktop the whole time? Good. Okay. All right. So you're exactly the reason Microsoft has built the Copilot. It turns AI can find out our files faster than we can, right? So most of the times we would have searching for a file which took longer time, but now we have AI. We don't have to wait that longer anymore, right? So now this session is not just about a version upgrade. This is about moving from legacy devices to secure modern devices, and also reducing the manual IT efforts that through automation, and also most importantly, enabling your workforce with AI. So by end of the session, you will clearly understand why Windows 11 migration is urgent and how zero-touch deployment works, and how Copilot can directly improve the performance. All right, so I want to start with a simple but an important fact, right? So most of us know that Windows 10 has support has ended from back in October of 2025. So why Windows 11 is important, and why AI adoption is imperative, and because we have no other choice right now rather than moving to Windows 11 and moving to AI era. Because now after this security, after the update, the end of life support has ended, so there are no security patches, no updates, no compliance support from Microsoft, which basically means every unpatched devices is a risk for the organization, right? So not only for an individual, it is a risk for the organization as well. So if people, the companies who have started early, the migration started early, they got enough time for testing, and they did the validation of applications, and also they can optimize the Windows 11 rollout. But if we delay, it is kind of rush migration, and it is costing higher, right? Now look at the broader timeline we have. So in October, everybody know it's end of support for Windows 10. And now in 2026, we are in the readiness and preparation for AI. And in 2027, it's all about adoption of AI-powered workplace, with Copilot. And the key message here is Windows 11 is not just an optional anymore. It is the foundation for AI adoption. And from a technical standpoint, if you look at, we have Windows 11 brings a lot of additional features which we didn't have in Windows 10. From a technical standpoint, Windows 11 bring TPM 2.0 for hardware security, and it has a VBS for isolation and for better performance for hybrid workforce. So let's look at how different industries are looking at how the Windows 11 migration Copilot it comes in a different industry. So every industry has a different prioritization. So for a banking and financial sector, Windows 11 and Copilot for a banking sector, it's actually the security and compliance are crucial, right? And Windows 11 provides stronger security, and also Copilot can help with compliance reporting. It's for document analysis, fraud detection, and also KYC processing, which we have done in the past in the manual processing that we have done. Now it can be done automatically with the help of Copilot. And if you look at the manufacturing industry, for a manufacturing environment, it depends completely on connected devices like IoT devices, right? For Windows 11 provides a better support for modern devices. Copilot can also assist with predictive maintenance and also with the supply chain monitoring in the manufacturing industry. And if you look at consumer, for consumer brands, speed and market intelligence are important, right, at the moment. And Copilot can help teams analyze the customer feedback, campaign performance, and it can analyze the campaign's performance, and they can also Copilot can also analyze the market trends. This allows the faster business decision in a consumer industry. For a retail organization, for a retail organization, usually manage thousands of devices across stores. Right. Windows 11 support kiosk deployment and POS system or any other devices that we have in the retail store, maybe pre-order system or KOT devices. All devices can be deployed using the Windows 11. And also in the with integrating with the Copilot, we it can also help with the inventory management. It can also help with workforce scheduling, and it also help to get the customer feedback, analyze the customer feedback, and also it also help in the store operation. And let's look at how the Copilot architecture works. So many people think just the Copilot is just simply a chatbot. Actually, it is not just a chatbot. It is actually an intelligent layer that work across the entire Microsoft application. So at the foundation, we have Windows 11 devices, and these devices provide the secure platform for record AI, for implementing the AI. Above that, it sits the Microsoft 365 Copilot, and it integrates with most of the applications like Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams, any other application we use. Now, the next layer we have is the Azure OpenAI and the Copilot Studio. So this is where organization can build custom AI solution. For example, for SAP integration, CRM integration, or service desk automation, and all these kind of things, all this implementation can be done in this layer. And another important aspect is the security, right? So when we use the Copilot, your organization data remains inside your Microsoft tenant. It is not going when you are using any other uh, AI tool. We are actually providing our company data. We are providing loading our or uploading our data outside the organization, right? So, but when you use the Copilot, the data it'll remain inside the organization, and also we have we will have our own control to do the access permission and all. Also, the sensitive information remains protected within the organization. And at Teceze, we help organization to connect Copilot to existing business systems so that AI can become part of everyday work workflows for the employees in the organization. And now we will talk about how the migration architecture works. And I will invite Mano Vasu to take up the entire session on the technical architecture. Mano is a cloud expert here at Techies, and over to you, Mano, to take it further.
Thanks, Iris. Thanks, Iris. It's really informative. So I'll take it from here. Yeah, my colleague has already given an intro about me. So I'll reintroduce myself. So my name is Mano Vasu. I'm working as an solution expertise at Techies. So in this slide, I'll walk you through. So far, I have explained why Windows 10 to Windows 11 migration is important. So how we can use Copilot, what are the Copilot features is there. So in this slide, I can walk you through. So end-to-end migration, the Windows 10 to Windows 11 migration, how we are operate that, what are the things we are follow, what are the strategies we are follow. Okay, I'll explain you one by one. Before going to that, many other organizations are following different strategies, but in Techies, we are following four phase of strategies. So it's nothing but phase one is an discovery, and phase two is an plan and design, and then phase three is an deployment, and phase four is an validation. I'll go one by one. The phase one, what we will do. So in the phase one, we'll do a gap assessment. We'll understand the current environment. So what are the devices is there, and then what are the application is there, and then what are the security policies has been implemented. End to end, we'll do a gap assessment. We'll understand their environment. We'll gather all the information. So based on that, we'll work in the phase two. In phase two, what we will do, we'll do a planning. So we'll do an end-to-end planning, how we are going to deploy, how we are going to migrate the Windows 10 to Windows 11. So what are the devices has been capable, how we are going to use those devices, what are the network configuration. We'll do an end-to-end planning in the phase two. So in phase three, we'll do one configuration, we'll do one implementation. So if I'm meaning an implementation, we are not going to roll out a Windows 10 to Windows 11 policy to across the organization. So we'll just test in our test environment first, and then we'll test with that pilot group and then ring group. We'll select a few users, 5 to 10 users. We'll select those policies. What are the policies we have planned? We'll select that. We'll select with that users. We'll test it, and then if it's successful, we'll roll out to the all other users across the organization. So in phase four, what we'll do a validation. So what are the things we have planned? What are the things we have implemented? So we will check that, recheck that everything has been correctly working. So it's upgraded, or all the application has been installed. Any other issues facing? So we'll give an hypercare to the in phase four to 2 to 4 weeks dedicated hypercare support. So we'll fix all the issue. If anything has been happened, user has raised the issue, so we'll fix in that phase four itself. So we have handled many of our GSI clients. I'll take one of the use case and give an example of that. So we handle one client, it's around 1,200 endpoint devices. So we follow the same framework there as well. So four phase of framework. In phase one, we'll review their current environment, what are the devices has been run. So we identify so far 1,200 devices. We identify 700 devices are capable to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows 11. So the rest 500 devices are not capable. So they want to replace the devices because they don't have a device compatibility. So they want to replace the devices. So we go with then 700 devices. So in 700 devices, in phase two, we plan. So what are the business applications needed? What are the legacy applications needed? Client need to be given approval for that. So they will tell what are the application is needed. So we'll pre-define that policies in Intune, and then we'll apply the policies to the in phase three. We'll do a deployment implementation in phase three. So we'll select the set of peoples, first 5 to 10 peoples in different location, IT, HR, sales. We'll select the peoples to different location. We'll select pilot group and implement the policy and test it, and we can roll out to the all across the organization. In phase four, the same, we'll check with the user. We'll check with the user, like if they're facing any issues, then all the application has been installed. We'll give an hypercare support as well. This is the four phase of framework we are following at Techies to successfully migrating Windows 10 to Windows 11. If you can see that details, Techies technical components, each phase, these are the technical components will be involved in the migration. So Yeah. So in this slide, we can see how we can implement Copilot, how we can use an Copilot effectively in day-to-day task. So far I have covered Windows 10 to Windows 11 migration. Once the migration has been done, so we have an Windows 11 devices. What are the things we can do using in Copilot? First of all, Copilot is nothing but a chat box. Many of the people are thinking, so it is a chat box. We can ask a question, they will answer it. Thinking like that, it's really not that. So Copilot is an intelligent layer sitting on all M365 ecosystem. If you are using any M365 ecosystem, for example, Outlook, Teams, Word, it has been inbuildly configured in those the services. For example, if you're using a Teams, if you want to do some automation, if you want to schedule some create some group and you have to share the information, if we can give a proper prompt or proper content to that, it will check with your M365 data center all the things has been matched. It will react and will be create a group, it will be share the content, everything. You can automate your process in daily life. So in the endpoint, so these are the layers, implementation layers. The first thing, right, I have mentioned. So you can use all the M365 services to do your task automation, and then integration layer. So it is an integration layer. So you can able to integrate Copilot with a other business application. For example, I'm using an third-party ERP, and then third-party HRMS and third-party SAP application. So we can able to integrate Copilot to the third party application. We can do some automation task into that. It will reduce the manual effects. In the next one layer is an Copilot engine. It's an interesting layer. So what we can do here, so we can able to customize our own AI as per our business need. We can able to customize. I'll give you an example for that. If you have an IT service desk, so L1 peoples are working in IT service desk, what they will do, they will pick the call, they will create a ticket, they will try to resolve the issues. So onto that, we can train our chat GP, we can train our copilot, customized copilot. We can feed the data, and then we can replace the L1 into the agent, copilot agent. And then second one, and then security layer. In this layer, what we can do, what are the information we are giving to the copilot? Those information has been stored within your M365, and it not disclosing somewhere. So it has been securely stored. We can all the policies has been applied. For example, you are using a rollback policy, so you're using a conditional access policy, you're using a MFA policy. All the policies has been applied to the Copilot as well. So in the next slide, I can tell you how we handle the deployment models. So based on that, we can do that deployment models, small scale to large scale industries. For example, if you can see that 0 to 500 users, it's a small business organization. It's site forward to, we can easily deploy that Windows 10 to Windows 11 migrations. So in each phase, we'll follow the same framework, 4 phases of framework. First, assessment, second, plan, third, implementation, validation. Because the use of endpoint is very less, right? 500 users, right? We can easily review that. We can easily create the plan, implement it, and execute it. So the duration is 2 to 4 weeks. It's mid-level, the same thing, but it's been doubled to the small level industries. It takes 6 to 8 weeks. In enterprises level, it has a multiple department. It takes some time. We have to apply different application to the different departments. It takes time. That's the duration. We have to fix 3 to 4 months. And then global enterprises, if some organization have different many entity in different location, so based on that country, they're following some compliance regularity. Based on that, we have to pre-prepare the policies. Some other application has been blocked. Based on that, we have to pre-prepare that. It takes 6 to 12 months to complete the migrations. Yeah, so this is an interesting slide. It's a zero touch deployment. So before I'm going to the autopiloting, first I need to explain that that IT current IT device provisioning is handled by manually. So what are the device we have purchased? For example, if you are organization purchasing 500 devices or 1,000 devices from the OEM, it should be Dell, or it should be HP, it should be Lenovo. So what they will do, in traditional device provisioning, they have to purchase it, they have to image it, and they have to install the application and then give it to the user. It take more time. If it's a 1 to 10 devices, we can do it in a day. So, but it's in 1,000 and 10,000 devices. It's not easy, right? It takes many months to complete it. To replace that, so we come up with that cloud native provisioning. So it's cloud native provisioning is nothing but, so all the process has been automatically done behind the MDM. So it's called autopilot. So how autopilot work? I'll explain you. So if you are purchasing any devices from OEM, so we get the hash value from the OEM. So they will provide the hash value. We'll use that hash value. We'll configure the policies, profile policies in Microsoft Intune, any other MDM tool as well. Intune we can provide, do one configuration. It will be automatically install the application. So what are the pre-install pre-policy we have defined, we have applied to the those profile, autopilot profile, it will be automatically installed to the end user. So the end user have the out-of-box experience. We can deliver the device from directly OEM to user as well. So user just remove that unbox the device, and then they have just connect the internet, and they have to log in with their M365 username. And within a minute, all other application has been automatically installed. That's ready to use. Okay, so in this slide, I'll walk you through how we handle the multi-region deployment. So multi-region deployment means, like, for example, if one of the client presence in multiple region, they're following region-wise complaints policy. For example, in UK, they follow SOC 2 Cyber Essential. India will follow ISO. In US, they follow IPA. Based on that, we have to pre-define the policies in Intune. We have to apply the policies to the respective location, region, devices. So we'll follow the dynamic group for that. We'll create a dynamic group for the each region. For example, in the US and UK, we'll follow the dynamic. We'll create the dynamic group for each region. So whenever devices has been onboarded, it's created. It's the user has been created. They automatically go with that the country wise. So we'll put a query into that. If user is based on this country, they need to be automatically redirected to this group. Based on that group, we'll define the policy. What are the policies need to be applicable for Indian region? What are the policies need to be applicable for Europe region? Based on the dynamic group, the policy will be applied. So then we'll follow that time zone deployment and then region-based deployment. First thing, we'll check, we'll validate your current environment, what are the things has been there. We'll test with few users and we'll deploy with the organization, then we'll optimization. So what are the things we can able to optimize? We'll continue monitoring that. We try to implement that infrastructure to do an optimization. Yeah, so in this slide, as of now, I have explained how we can migrate Windows 10 to Windows 11, how we can utilize Copilot in day-to-day tasks, so how we handle multi-region deployment, how autopilots works. So here, so there's a shared responsibility. For example, I'm working within four pairs of strategy. The client need to be, these are the client responsibility. We'll review that application inventory with the client. Clients need to be confirmed. So what are the application it's needed? What are the application it's not needed? How the network is working on the current environment. We'll verify with the client. Client need confirmation. If any changes has been happened, for example, I'm changing Windows 10 to Windows 11, they have to inform these changes to their organization people, because if we don't aware, it costs many tickets to ITSM service days. So if they aware, there is a minimal disruption to, we can successfully implement Windows 10 to Windows 11. So these are the client's responsibility, application inventory, and then change management. They have to take a decision. So we'll collaborate with the client. So we'll work together with the client to do a successful migration Windows 10 to Windows 11. Yeah, that's it. So now I'm passed to Aris.
Thank you, Mano, for covering this up, and it was so much insightful. Now, let me quickly walk through how our service model works. So, at Techies, we don't just treat the Windows 11 migration and Copilot implementation as just a one-time activity. We treat this as a complete device modernization program with AI integration. So, basically, we assess the current environment and plan the right rollout approach. Then we do we enable the zero touch deployment, so the devices are ready. Then we go for the we drive the AI adoption through the integration and use cases, and we ensure the devices are protected with modern security and standards. And we also prepare your support teams, and also will help to create the knowledge base for the team. And we also continuously monitor and optimize the performance of the Windows 11 and the Copilot. So basically, what I want to say is this is not just a one-time project. This become an ongoing managed service. So we don't just implement; we continuously improve your system over the time. So in a simple terms, we help you move, modernize, continuously optimize your digital workplace. Now let's look at the actual impact that Copilot brings to an organization. Right. So across deployments, we are consistently seeing measurable result in different organizations. So around 3 hours saved per day per user every day, and up to 60% faster document creation and review, and nearly 40% reduction in help desk tickets, which we have seen in the previous implementations. So and the significant time saving in emails and meeting coordination. We don't have to sit and do the coordination of the meeting. It's all done by the Copilot itself. So now let's quickly look at what Copilot actually does across the day-to-day work. It can draft emails, it can generate reports, it can create a presentation, and it can also summarize the meetings and extract the action items from a meeting. Also, it can also translate contents for global collaboration from different languages. It can translate when we are joining a meeting. So Copilot is not just a another inside Office app. It is integrated at the Windows level. This means users can search files, configure settings, launch apps, all using just a normal natural language. They don't have to know any coding or any business language. They can use any language, the natural language that's just like how you talk to a friend, right? So from a business perspective, the value is simple. It's less time on repeated. It reduce the time that we are taking for the repetitive task, and more time on meaningful work. So basically, every employee in an organization become more productive, not by working harder, but working smarter with AI. And so these are the few use cases we have for Copilot implementation. So one of the biggest strength of Copilot is that it integrates with tools people already use, right? So it we all every day we use Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint. So users don't have to learn a new system. AI comes into their existing workflow. Let me give an example. A sales executive, right? So a sales executive doesn't. Let's say he want to send a proposal update. So when if he doesn't have a Copilot, he has to do everything manually. So instead of doing it manually, everything is done by the Copilot. Copilot's pull data from the CRM. It summarizes the proposal, and it drafts the emails to the customer or the prospect. So and this applies for all the functions. If you look at sales and marketing, it look at it campaigns, it do campaign analysis, it also do the customer insights, and also if you look at the HR function, right? So it can do the resume screening, CV screening, and onboarding support, and for IT support, it summarizes the tickets, and it can also do the knowledge base creation by itself, so that nobody has to sit and create the knowledge base article manually. So at the case, we build integration with systems like SAP, Zoho, ServiceNow, or any other ITSM tool you have. And also we configure the connectors so Copilot can access the business data and work on analyze the data. And most importantly, we drive adoption through training and use cases. So as we wrap for today's session, I would like to leave you with three key outcome organizers are seeing from Windows 11 and adoption. First, organizations are reducing IT efforts up to 70% through autopilot and zero touch deployment. And second, Windows 11's advanced security features are helping to reduce security risk and improve compliance. And the third, with Microsoft Copilot, employees are saving up to 3 hours every week by automating repetitive tasks and getting faster access information. So these are not just technology improvement; they translate directly into the productivity, and also stronger security and lower operational costs. Now, if you're considering a Windows 11 migration or exploring how Copilot can fit into your organization, we would love to help you with that, and we have put together a simple 3 steps engagement model for organization that want to get started. So for the step one, we do a free discovery workshop where we offer a complimentary assessment, and where our team reviews your current environment, evaluate the device readiness, and also understand the potential challenges, and also provide recommendation for your migration strategy. It's a free discovery workshop. And we do then in the step two, we do the pilot program. Once you're comfortable with the recommendation that we provide, we can run this small pilot with a selected group of users or selected devices. This allows you to experience Windows 11 Copilot and Autopilot in your own environment before making a larger commitment to for this migration. And the step three, we go for the full program rollout based on the pilot result. We will build a detailed roadmap, and we deploy and we do a planning for the deployment aligned with your business goals, your timelines, and your budget. So our objective is simple: to help you migrate to Windows 11 smoothly, adopt AI confidently, and build a secure modern digital workplace for the future. And we hope you found the session valuable.
Fine. Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining the meeting. So as Harris mentioned, I mean, thanks Harris and Mano for taking this insightful session. But whatever that we have conveyed, I would say it is close to around some, it's a small bit that we have covered, but there are some extensive things which we can able to support you. And I mean, I would like to give a clear thought, like, from techies or, from any other industry, like, we are taking this as one most of the cost initiative that we are helping, or we are taking this as one of the activity which we are helping for all the organizations in terms of moving out from the legacy Windows versions to Windows 11, such that this is one of the webinar that we have conducted in terms of making an awareness and to bring more attention towards the Windows 11 migration. So I would request from the audience, like, in case if you have any thoughts or if you have any questions, or further if you have any request, feel free to reach out to us and we will be very happy to help you. Thank you. Thank you for your time.